The Aga Khan Museum is one of a kind, really nothing like it on the entire continent. While it doesn't open until next Thursday, NewsHour final producer Zafran Pira was granted special access inside.
You just can't miss the latest addition to Toronto's landscape. What was once this, the Bata Shoe headquarters, has become this, a sprawling 17-acre park complex. On one side, and a Smiley Center, a place for reflection, spirituality, and engagement. But it's the building on the other side of the manicured lawns and reflective pools that is the jewel of this development. The Aga Khan Museum, the first museum in North America dedicated to Islamic art.
When the question of where to set up the museum came about, Toronto was, I think, identified as one of the cities where the ideas of this museum would actually resonate the best.
With just days to go until it officially opens to the public, crews are still hard at work putting the finishing touches on the new home to artworks that are important but little known.
In a sense, if you know all about the East and the West and you don't know what's in between, you're missing a very, very important chapter in the history of human civilization and art.
The art won't just be inside the walls of the museum, though. The entire building is a work of art, designed by architect Fumiko Maki to play with shadow and light throughout the day. The museum that bears his name and the entire complex is an initiative of His Highness the Aga Khan, spiritual leader to the world's Ismaili Muslim community. The museum takes you beyond just the art on the walls, putting an emphasis on performing arts too.
It's through the live arts very often that we can actually look at the interactions historically between various cultures. There's something about being human across all cultures that compels us to make music, to make theater, to write, to tell stories, to dance.
It's taken 4 years since ground was broken for the museum to be able to host Toronto, and it's ready to give back to the community it's now a part of.
You know, I grew up in Canada, and one of the things I would have loved growing up was to actually see myself reflected in a museum or in a public place.
For Torontonians, this museum represents the best of the city. It represents the ideals of Toronto being a diverse and culturally diverse city. When we open on the 18th of September, we are open for discovery.
Zafran Pira, Global News.